will convince me when you're angry and you're mad and you're all to pieces, and most of the time, like we said, it's over nothing, and we're getting scarred and wounded, that we're going to end up in heaven. And that's the warning right there in Isaiah. That people, because of the lack of knowledge, people become captive, and hell is enlarging itself every day over it. And that's how the enemy's getting them. Because people ain't seeking for knowledge.
What is hell called? Hurt?
I don't know.
It says saying hell's enlarging itself. It's called hurt.
I don't know why he calls it that.
They always see scriptures back every day, back before each other every morning. And I sent that to him one morning, and I seen it, and I thought to myself, I wonder why it's called hurt. It's enlarging herself.
I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why. That's a good question. I really don't know, Teresa. Why it's called her. But do you understand what he's talking about? How the enemy is really causing us to be captive? And causing the church to be bound?
You know, sometimes I think a lot of us really know that, but we just don't want to admit it, that really the Satan does have us bound. We know it deep down, but we just don't want to admit that.
True. Just as much as anything else that people won't admit, really, that they're not, the first two commandments, they're not meeting them all the way. They're not going to, they know it, but they're not going to absolutely admit it. That when you tell them he's looking for a church without spot, without wrinkle, without blemish, and any such thing, and people doing the will of God, how many can honestly raise their hand and say, I'm ready? How many can honestly, like we know at night was just me and you passing the test? Are we passing the test? We just named a few things, you know. Are we passing the test? We're not passing the test. And, you know, like I said, and I was telling my cousin today, many are fooled, as we said, because of the mercy. Sandy's ready to quit. Lord tells Teresa, go up and pray for Sandy. Sandy gets delivered. The enemy comes to Teresa and says, see there, you're okay. Even though you're captive, there's nothing else. You're going to be the one that's going to be standing at the door. But Lord, I helped Sandy. He wants you to remember. And he's going to say, depart from me, you iniquity. I didn't know you. I only used you because of the mercy to reach Sandy. And I use human beings. If I wouldn't have got a human being, I was going to send a rock in to do it. If I couldn't have got none of you human beings, there was going to be a rock come in the door and touch her and lift her up at night. But that's where many people's been fooled at today, because occasionally God will use them in gifts, but we should be seeing them continuously. That's the two questions that started this journey for me. Where is that real power we're supposed to be seeing the church happening? And where is that real fruit of the Spirit? Why as believers not really enjoying life? Why are they not having life, having it more abundantly? Why ain't they having love and joy and peace? Why ain't we seeing the powers manifested? You promised in your Great Commission that following us we would see people healed, we would see the dead raised, we'd see demons cast out. Why are we not seeing that, Lord? Why are we not seeing that? Why ain't we seeing that? And it ought to be putting questions in our head that there's something wrong. Well, He's telling us now what's wrong. You know, He's told us He's told us many things that people's missed about the spiritual knowledge that we've been getting about how to protect that heart. A lot of people's missed it, and they're going to end up getting scarred. But it's been wounds. For the biggest part, it's a lot of wounds. And those wounds, in turn, has caused 2 Timothy 3 to come true, which is selfishness is the biggest thing. And that's why people won't commit. Why wouldn't you commit to a ministry every Saturday if God's telling you to? Because you're selfish. You're selfish. That's a simple fact. Why did you become selfish? Because you had a wounded heart. And you end up pulling back. And iniquity bound to love Him anyway. It's cold. It all makes sense. It all comes together. Any questions? Agree, disagree? Questions about it? Well, what we got to start doing is start really letting the Lord help us. You know, really we got to get to a place we trust Him, that we'll pull back that foreskin, let Him circumcise. Or, you know, be like Saul, get a new heart, whatever we got to get that fire back. We got to get that back. We're going to have to get it back. And we're going to have to get more knowledge, and we're going to have to get more wisdom. We've got to get more. We've got to get more understanding, especially, he said, it's going to get waxed worse and worse and worse as the day comes more and more people being deceived, and more people being deceived. And that's what you see. More and more people being deceived. Following the easy route.
And the devil's got them so blind that they can't even.
No. People, they don't really see the what's going on. They can't tell that
that these things truly happen.